Gonna start this video off by saying that these two characters were revealed to be super easy Aang as of 3 a.m. as of recording this video, essentially. And I did a quick Google Translate just to see what they're up to. I think that Janemba will be better, but we do not have official translations. I do not speak Japanese, and no one has uploaded them yet. So I did a quick Google Translate just to see about what they look like, just to see what some of their kit is doing. It seems like Gogeta and Janemba will both be strong, but Janemba specifically is doing a lot of dodging, and I think it's easy to just value dodge. That's really just the case. Maybe Gogeta, once we see a full translation, will pop out on my mind, but again, I'm just saying this to get ahead of it, and also that I have yet to see the characters until you have, essentially. Let's get into the actual point. So we're back here, and the reason I included that bit at the start is just to say that, well, Janemba and Gogeta have now officially Super Easy Aid. Before this predictions, I'm sorry if I don't remember who I got this from. I've had this saved for a little bit. It came out, I want to say a day or two ago as of recording this video, and I've just completely lost time. Again, I've been dealing with some sicky issues, so sorry. If this is yours, if you've seen this, if it looks mighty familiar, give yourself a shout out if you see this. Anyway, yeah, so Super Janemba, Super Gogeta are now officially Super Easy Aid. Another character that we've been seeing as rumored, a prediction, because he is appearing on a banner, is this Cell, the Super Easy Aid. And that gets into what I want to talk about, which is, by the way, close your ears, shut your mouth, look away, run outside the room. If you do not want to be spoiled on the cough cough part 2 leak, please don't participate in the rest of this video. I don't want to spoil this for you. 3, 2, 1, I'm going to spoil it. So we know Gogeta is coming, and, you know, it's pretty obvious by this point. Gogeta is heading into Dokkan come part 2 of the 10-year anniversary, and my expectation for him, I've gone over this a few times, is that people are saying, who will be successor, who will be successor? I'm starting to think it will be a Vegeta exchange unit. Vegeta exchanging with Goku from the Janemba movie, because they share the tags, the categories. He'll lead successor plus a bit more. He'll lead, like, you know, used fighter successor or something like that. You know, who cares? But that's sort of thrown a wrench in, well, what will the part 2 be in general then? Because of this Cell, people have started to foresee a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in a week or so. And the more I think about it, the more I find that particularly interesting, and I guess we'll pull over to why some of these points have begun to stick. Let's go. So here we have the list of the possible Easy A's remaining for Dokkan in general. If we go back here, we can see that none of them defeat the rule set in place, except the Saiyan Saga Easy A's and the fusing duos, both the Super Broly movie one and the 4s. The way they can break it is if they finally bend the corner on their quote-unquote rule, is that nothing from the current year can be used until the anniversary units from that same year, these 4 appear, or I guess these 2 specifically, these 2 appear, are hit. So why could they do this? Well, one of the reasons is we don't really get a Saiyan Saga out of this mix if we don't just assume that it's the LRs. If we don't assume it's these 4 LRs, it's hard to find a Saiyan Saga to fit this criteria, right? Like, we literally just don't have anything here, so it just makes the most sense. What that doesn't mean is that they're going to break the rule, which is to say that they do all 4 of these, then they do, like, the what if Father-Son Kamehameha, or the TUR here, or the Cell here, and in fact, they don't really have the slots for that. They really just have the slots for a Carnival and a remaining Easy A. So what I think could happen if they go with a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is they could do the Bojack movie, which obviously doesn't take place in the actual, which only takes place in the actual, like, Z category. So I guess that actually falls out of contention because it can't be a movie, even though it takes place in that timeline since he goes Super Saiyan 2. So I guess they could do one of these 4 or 3. And the reason I sort of look at this with some hesitance is because I feel like they're due for a proper celebration. But the more I think about it, doing Trunks here makes the most sense. So what they could do instead is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Trunks who transforms, which would be a great time as we are heading into the 10-year meta. It would be a great time to make good on this Trunks, who's basically never had a time to shine. As well, I hear that he was literally weaker if he transformed. So it's a good time to make do on this. What else could they really do if they decide to do a Super Saiyan 2 Goku or Gohan? Excuse me. Nothing comes to mind immediately, I don't think. Yeah. Nothing even from 2022 other than the What If Kamehameha, but I don't think it's going to happen. What I'm thinking is that we're at some point going to get a Cell or a Future Saga celebration that hits all of these, and we're going to get an actual Cell. But I don't think a lot of these are coming until Cell. I think this is a worldwide level celebration. I think we'll get TUR Goku exchange into Gohan. I think we'll get TUR transforming Cell. I think we'll get TUR droids and the Gohan and Trunks unit all at the same time. So I think what we're looking at then to fill these in is a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and a Trunks who arrives on Earth. The next one is Gogeta, obviously, which completely fills out the movies. The final point that has been raised over and over at this point then is who will lead Super. And because we kind of understand now that Super is going to have, let's see, one EZA, a Carnival, and then another EZA, some people have been saying Orange Piccolo. The reason I do not think it is Orange Piccolo, and this is just my opinion, is that I do not think they are going to break the rule of current year first, then releases. Could they? Of course they could. But what we do see instead, if we just completely wipe out the 2022 side of things, is a Tournament of Power unit, Tournament of Power unit, Tournament of Power unit, right? Tournament of Power is waiting for them. And this could be one of the last chances to really settle into the Tournament of Power before moving on to something else, as well as they just released the Universal Survival Saga Vegeta. Now, does that mean they're sort of looking to not, plow the well too much? Maybe. It's hard to say. Family and Rivals, and they release a Frieza. Then they do this Frieza. I guess, is that enough for a Carnival? What was the other Carnival that was released already? It was this one. We've gotten Super EZA, Super EZAs. We still haven't seen the major EZAs. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Majin Buu Saga really does take up a massive amount of the real estate here. Yeah, I think the more I hear the Orange Piccolo, like Orange Piccolo for part 2, the less I'm in love with it. Not because I don't think Orange Piccolo's hype. I think Orange Piccolo is the best thing about Superhero, the movie. I thought he was the coolest thing. For me, it was Orange Piccolo, the Gammas, Beast, Cell-Max. But yeah, it's just probably not happening. I don't think the EZAs work out here, right? I just don't think the EZAs work out. No matter how I flip it and pull it, I think they'd have to do something unprecedented. But this is the 10th year when they could do something unprecedented. So don't take my word for it. It's not like I know anything, right? The choice I would personally continue to pick, and I keep saying it, is some kind of... I guess it doesn't make sense either, because... Yeah, never mind. The more I think about it, the more it doesn't make sense. Here is my choice if I got the perfect world, actually. It's time to do Kefla somehow, man. I know it's rivals. I know it's what, but Frieza's not a rival. One second, let me look into something real quick. So I said it before as we pour through the characters who are considered worthy rivals that a lot of the characters that I mentioned don't fall into this category. We see things like Android 18. We see things like Vegeta, Piccolo, Tien, blah, 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 blah. Nothing that stands out for Super, though, right? And that is where I'm at, where they could just make it up. They could literally tomorrow say that, bitch, it's Frieza, and he's a rival. Even though Frieza has only ever been an enemy, right? Frieza does not consider this man his rival. Frieza considers this man his op. So, but it's Dokkan, and Dokkan doesn't make any sense, right? You know, Vegito is not considered a hero that protects Earth, but for some reason, Vegito Blue in Dragon Ball Legends is, it could be anything. It could literally be anything. That said, the reason I say Kefla is because there isn't really a precedent at all for her being on either of those things. But I do think the easy A's point to a tournament of power, point to these tournament of power blind spots that could use filling in. I think when we sort of looked at this in totality, we got very excited. We were like, oh my god, easy A, legendary, legendary, legendary. And as time's gone on, we're sort of like, okay, yeah, a lot of these are going to be super easy A's. A lot of these are going to be some, you know, fill-in characters that are strong, but definitely not the main course. Though Vegito, as I said, ended up being better than people thought even. And even though I do think Boo is still much better, I think I said in my initial video that this character was going to be just fine because he's on the best team of the game. It is what it is. Right now, if I had to make a guess, I would say that Orange Piccolo's off the market. I just don't think they're going to dip into this funnel of characters yet. And I'm looking more at Tournament of Power as a landing spot, and I'm looking more at this Frieza as a landing spot. And maybe while I'm in this Sworn Rivals category, I could actually go as far as to find the Frieza that is referenced there with my really sharp eyes, guys. I'm so fucking clairvoyant. Give me a second. There he is. So this is the Resurrected Warriors Frieza, and he is in the Universal Survival Saga, and he goes into Golden Frieza. Let's check that out. Oh, the Ultimate Evolution. Oh, this is this anime. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The more I see it, I think we're getting Frieza. It would make sense. I don't think there's any reason to really hide him anymore. And does he have the reduction thing? His evasion, and he has. That's not really anything. This is not really anything. They need to completely fix this character. Like, he actually needs everything. Can we activate upon entering attacking turn once only? Oh, so he can transform at any time though. That's pretty good. So let's see some animations real quick before we get out of here. All right, Aura Farmer. That's cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. I said like weeks ago I've never seen this character's animations because he just did not exist when I started playing Dokkan. He was not usable for anything. That's pretty cool. And what's my boy working with here? Yes, I love the shading on that. It's pretty nice. The lighting's good here. Aura farming again. Okay. So the classic barrage. All right. Yeah. It would be cool to get something akin to the Dragon Ball Legends Golden Frieza, if we're going LR Golden Frieza. Here is my wish. Here is my genuine wish. If they do Golden Frieza, I do not want Goku and Frieza as the character. Genuinely. I mean that shit full send. You can fucking hold my nuts all the way to the bank, bro. I actually would prefer if they gave the spotlight to Golden Frieza and then they springboarded off of that with this Golden Frieza easy yang and making his team better. And I would like to see that, and then of course, I mean, I guess we don't have to really say this, you know, with any more clarity, but if we get that Golden Frieza and he's like a monster, he's just a fucking disaster of a creature, then we get this Golden Frieza, Easy Aang. So that makes 3 really strong characters, 4 if you count him as the lead. You need 2 more spots. Maybe you do Sworn Enemies. Yeah, you just do Sworn Enemies as his leader skill, and you put Boo on there or someone else, and yeah, you're fine. Okay, yeah, I'm all in on this. I hope that it is solitary Frieza. I hope it is not a Frieza and a Goku. I hope they completely stop with any of the Goku representation. I think we've gotten enough Goku. We're going to get Goku again because I think it's going to be a Vegeta and Goku that fuse. I am good on Goku now. Goku has some of the best animations in the entire anniversary so far with Super Saiyan 4 and both his super attack and his ultra super attack in the Vegito card, which are gorgeous. Like, they could have saved those animations for, you know, with all how much work they did for Vegito, they could have saved those animations for a single, like, Goku down the line, but they went all fucking out with him. So I would like to see Frieza represented by himself. I would like to see Frieza full power come to fruition and be extremely powerful. I would like to see that Frieza easy A from the Tournament of Power. And I want to see a Frieza on the level of Legends Ultra Frieza. Make Goresh happy. Make Goresh... I can't say anything. I gotta stop saying stuff like that. Never mind. I gotta stop. Pause. Yeah. That's gonna do it for today, though. Like if you liked the video. Subscribe to join the club. We all gonna make it. And peace.